Good day, everyone. So you've heard from our distinguished speakers and from my colleagues about the benefits of CloudFabrix 2.0. I'm sure you've taken away many insights and ideas from these 2 days, and we want to thank you for your attendance. So what's the next step in your quest for excellence? Well, we are introducing the CloudFabrix POC Express. It's a very innovative time saver for those wanting to take a test drive without expending a lot of time or resources in doing so. So we'll quickly step through a variety of topics, including some highlights and scenarios in how to get started with the POC Express. So let's get into it. What is POC Express? It's a unique approach for customers to validate an investment in CloudFabrix. Traditional approaches of going through POCs can take several weeks and sometimes even months, which may not be a viable or cost-effective method for many clients. So if time is money, and we're going to save you both. To address the issue of the needed time savings for a POC process, we're introducing the CloudFabrix Valuation Accelerator, or formerly called the POC Express. This is a fully featured platform which can be used to validate various use cases simply by ingesting historical data as files. Your data can be provided in CSV, in an Excel format, or in JSON formats. It's a very, very simple process. With this approach, you can observe with a high level of confidence the benefits you can gain with a CloudFabrix investment in just a matter of days. Compare that to an extended period of time for traditional POCs, which I mentioned can take weeks to months. POC Express may not completely eliminate a full POC in all cases, as you may want to add in other stakeholders, along the way, but what you will gain is a much quicker route to insights without any compromise. This approach also helps our partners service their clients more effectively, as they can use this to quickly demonstrate business value as well. What is key for the partners and for you, the customer, is that neither will need to invest in developing new integrations. We've already solved that problem with our 100+ integrations right out of the box and our data exchange that we introduced during the conference. Our partners will be happy as well to know that we've architected this solution to be offered as a service under their own brand, which preserves, the important relationships between you and the partner, including any procurement and support contracts that may already be in place. So we're interested in making this easy for everyone and helping fast track your exploration, not to slow you down. So let's go see how it works. So on the left are examples of different data sources that we can ingest. And it's not to say that we need all of these data sources in all cases, but rather to highlight that we support ingestion of these data types. And each of the outcomes requires a subset of these data sources. We'll show you a matrix mapping all of that out in a little while. But for now, assume that you have the data available in files, and we recommend to use at least 30 to 90 days of historical data to get good results. Like any other AI ML engine, the larger the data set, the higher the accuracy of outcomes. So we'll want to feed the application a sufficient amount of data. Once the data is available in files, you simply import them into the platform, and it will help the user navigate through a set of operations to produce the outcome reports that you desire. You can run multiple scenarios until you get the satisfactory results that you want. In an ideal condition, you'll see the results actually within hours. And fine-tuning may take a couple of days. But the key point here is that the solution helps demonstrate several key use cases within a matter of a few days. We're talking something in the range of 3 to 5 days, and sometimes even less if the data is complete. And when we say complete, it doesn't have to all be in one file. They can be separate files, and the relationships will be automatically discovered. And that's the beauty and power of the CloudFabrix platform, unsupervised learning. I always say the magic is in the mathematics. So that was the left-hand side of the slide. Now on the right-hand side are some of the resulting key outcomes based on the input data availability. So let's go and look at 2 scenarios. So scenario number 1 We'll walk through a scenario where a customer provides ticket data and says that every ticket has a corresponding alert. So a one-to-one mapping of alerts to tickets. They also have CMDB data exported as a JSON file, which captures the dependencies and additional attributes like location, support group, etc. So in this scenario, these two files are rapidly imported into the POC Express, and what we can then demonstrate are the following capabilities. So upper left-hand side, it's a single pane alert view with the ability to analyze, slice and dice the data, with the various filters, including source and severity, time, asset sources, and others. And all of those enrich the attributes that it automatically adds by finding the relationships between the alert data with the CMDB data. This by itself can be very valuable because it can eliminate the need to manually collect data from various tools and to run reports and do other analysis. On the bottom left, we enrich the data with additional attributes it discovers by analyzing the relations between the different data sources. In this case, alert data and CMDB data. On the top right, we analyze the tickets and alert descriptions and group them into symptom clusters. These would be tickets that have similar underlying symptoms, and we package them together as clusters. Then perhaps what's more interesting and most valuable is to analyze the data in patterns to see what kind of ticket reduction is possible in the environment. This is done by running different correlation scenarios using different attribute combinations to see which ones give the best and most accurate results. And that's on the bottom right-hand side. In normal POC scenarios, to accomplish this and run the many experiments, it may take several days or weeks. But with this approach, we can do this in a much shorter period of time, as I mentioned, sometimes within hours. As you can see, the highlights, what kind of costs, benefits, and efficiencies you can expect by spending just a few days of effort. The POC Express can also highlight any gaps in your data. So for example, some alert sources that may not have CMDB entries, we can augment those as well, a bidirectional integration. So in summary, for scenario number one, with just a few days of time, you'll gain valuable insights that can provide a solid foundation for a proof of value to leaders. So let's go to scenario number two. Here's another example where you would provide additional data sources for further enrichment. In this case, we're adding metrics and logs for the same time period. What the new data sources allow us to showcase is our unique incident room. This functionality is used to diagnose and resolve tickets very quickly. This is shown by two key capabilities here. We analyze the contextual metrics and log data, that's the data around the ticket occurrence, to automatically determine the root cause. And I want to emphasize automatically. Another capability is ticket classification and knowledge recycle. With this capability, for each ticket, similar tickets are shown along with any resolution codes and knowledge base information that was previously documented. So things that have been resolved in the past, they're not lost and they're readily at your fingertips. Those internal resolutions can also be augmented through manufactured knowledge bases. So basically, you stop recreating the wheel every time. Now you can see how the incident room feature can be used to reduce mean time to resolution and improve customer satisfaction. Perhaps meet SLAs, et cetera, et cetera. Basically, you resolve things faster and more efficiently and at a lower cost. So here's the quick mapping that I mentioned earlier that illustrates what outcomes can be achieved based on the data sources available. I think this is a very helpful tool and very helpful guide that when you're sitting down and having planning discussions with stakeholders, you can reference this and everybody gets on the same page very quickly as to what data sources are needed. Okay. So you're probably thinking, okay, Carrie, stop talking. How do I get started on this? So we can deploy a couple of different ways. One is on-prem at your site, data center, branch, doesn't really matter. Or we can go to one of your partners, perhaps an MSP or a colo, and implement it there. Or we can go up into the public cloud with CloudFabrix. So those are different ways to implement, very quick, very easy to do. Also, if you need more information or would like more information or a phone call back from us, just just send an email to info@cloudfabrix.com. We'll be able to do demonstrations, deep dive sessions with your teams. And for partners, do the same thing. We'll get back to you almost immediately. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending the virtual conference and have a great day.